Police injured were AUS
As in perspective, my wife and my dad have been going through so much of dementia. Maybe that's why I'm especially hard on this new guy, Michael. 3 times I told him I live in Olympia. He said, if you want Tacoma, because you live in Tacoma, I'll get you closer. And I was like, no, I transferred from the site that I was getting 50 hours a week and $17 an hour so I could be close to home. Olympia. It's like the 4th time I mentioned, you know. But my dad, just like my grandfather, at some point with his service-related dementia, I think it was in Iraq and North Africa, Mogadishu, where he like some kind of chemicals, maybe both places, really affected us. Been written up in some medical journals. So I had to constantly remind him that my name is David.
What was he calling you?
My own dad. And he goes, thank you, sir. And I was like, yeah, thank you, Dad. You know, like, same thing happened to my grandfather.
Oh, is our new guy, is he black? Light skin?
I don't see color because I'm Mexican.
Yeah,
but he's, let me think. Yeah, he's a white guy.
Oh, he's white?
Really weird long hair, like Frankenstein hair. I mean, look at me, all this. You know. But he looks nothing like he sounds. He looks really young for a guy that's supposed to be retired, even though I guess technically he was a paratrooper, then he could have retired. And if he had some service, let's say, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he looks pretty young to be retired.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a super huge fan at this point. Even though my wife told me some good things that I should have probably done, I didn't follow her directions. So I got really pissed and I don't know. What do you take pride in?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Just working, I guess.
That. So
I don't do much.
because I am who I am and what I am, I was a lot skinnier, 65 pounds lighter, you know, I was in good shape for a while. I was even an MMA fighter, believe it or not, for a while. Bloodsport was the movie, the guy who inspired that movie, one of his folks that he instructed to do Kumite. Before tap out was a thing, Kumite was a fighting art that's a real thing. And I took some classes. Anyway, all that has changed because I was in Mississippi for a while and it changed. The person that I was, the person I've become is what I take pride in. So for 7.5 years, I took pride in my uniform because there were other ways that people were going to say, man, that dude's got a weird beard, or that dude smells funny, or that dude's eyes are always red, or that dude's got long hair, or that dude's really fat, or that dude's... They're always going to say that dude's... like, I give a shit. I'm married. I have one person I want to impress in the world.
Right.
But I always had really good attention to detail. My first day in training, the 3 people that I was training with all had different stuff. One had the polo shirt with like Nike shoes, like multicolored rainbow shoes, and he had like corduroy pants. The other guy had like brown pants, like white Converse or something. But because I've been with Allied for so long, there's like long story short, the only reason I was able to qualify for the 2 transfers from Seattle since I've been there 6 years is because I have no write-ups, no disciplinary actions at all whatsoever. all accommodations, even though I got here like 4 minutes early. Mostly I get here like 15 minutes early, and I always stay late. But here's what my wife said. What's the first thing that you told that guy when you met him? I was like, I really wanted to see you this morning at 7, because he told me he was going to be here at 7.
Mm-hmm.
I never had no money. My wife's got money. That's not a world I knew. I always knew poor. I always knew, well, you say you're going to be there at 6, then be there at 5:30.
Right.
I'm going to help you move at 7 in the morning on Sunday, even though it's my day off. I'll be there at 6:30.
Right.
Or whatever. My word is my word. That's all I have. Because I don't have expensive things, and I always got the hand-me-downs from my sisters.
Uh-huh.
And anyways, so my wife's like, because she is the way she is. She's like the asshole I should be. I don't say it to her face, but one time I did it. She gave me the elbow and said, "Don't you forget it." I said, "She the asshole I should be." But she said, "What's the first thing that you told that guy when you saw him?" I was like, I met him in the parking lot at Tacoma, and I said, I was hoping to see you this morning at 7 because he told me he was going to be there at 7 and he's going to be here all day. And I was like, well, I'll be there at 6. And I was there at 5:30.
Right.
And I met that guy, Don. He's an older guy. He's expat. He's kind of quiet, but I talk a lot because I was a professional talker for 38 years of my life, you know. So I'm a little open-ended. But anyway, I talked like 17,000 words, and he said, "Yep," you know. I was like, he's like, "Yep." So anyway, Michael, I saw him in the parking lot because I was doing every 20 minutes. I had to go take a walk, 27,000 steps. I wasn't kidding you.
Right.
It's a little sunburn from 90-degree weather, and they didn't offer me no water.
Yeah, there's no shade over there.
It's crazy.
It's like an open.
It's
Yeah.
nuts. And I knew that bicycles are for many years, 20 years, 10, 15 years, bicycles are the currency for the meth people.
Mm-hmm.
They use for, so like 6 bicycles were in the property, and
Yeah.
the guy says, "Oh, the guy that lives behind us will come and get those and fix them up and sell them on." I was like, okay. So in between all that stuff, there's like needles and everything, you know the deal. But anyway, I was like, okay, that's a good question. Yeah, the first thing I told him was, I was hoping to see you at 0600 this morning.
Right.
And the first thing he said was, I heard from Jacob that you're not wearing the right shirt with the right shirt. I was like, say what now? Yeah, you are wearing a gray shirt with a black uniform shirt. Didn't you read the hand manual? And I was like, so yeah, I was transferred. Apparently with this picture, you see I was transferred from a site that had gray on gray.
Right.
Samsung, the lobby was white on white.
Right.
The truck gate was brown on brown.
Right.
Every site has their different thing. I said, nobody ever told me it was black on black. I had almost a week of training up in Kent.
Right.
I sat here with Lopez for 2 days. He didn't say jack shit.
Right.
I
Because they
said,
don't
no.
care.
I said, I saw Jacob like unshaven, and I think I mentioned that his mask wasn't black.
Right.
I was like, there's all these little things that, and then he got super defensive. He says, you know, those cameras are really high resolution. I think what I told you already.
Yeah.
Resolution, and I was like, terrific.
Right. Like, okay.
We're gonna do like the circle game all day, you know. We're gonna do that and see if they pick it up. When I was doing maintenance for the apartment complex, my maintenance supervisor was an a-hole, man. All day long, I'd be carrying paints up stairs and shit, sweating. I was even in better shape back then. But all day long, he'd do this circle game, and he goes, "Don't forget," and I'd look and go, "Bam." I'm like, dude, what? How are you? You know, what are your age? I thought you were in your 50s. I'm like a fucking teenager. But anyway, so my wife may have had a point. And then he said not only that he was going to show up at 0700, but that he was going to be there all day. He left at he came in at 10 and left at like 11.
That's crazy.
And then he wanted to make it abundantly clear that he was going to arrive in an Allied car.
Allied cars, yeah.
I was like, don't even rub it in, because 2 years I drove my car
Right.
to the site, the Samsung site on Taylor Way in Tacoma. The flex officer, Isaac, he was so cool. He was like, you know, you're supposed to get reimbursed for that. I was like, yeah, but after that, his employee number was like 4 digits because he was here with Allied Barton Universal with like the merger.
Oh, before they merged?
Yeah, old school black dude, man. He's just really cool. And he and I got on, like, he even contacts me, you know what I'm saying? I got a call yesterday afternoon from him.
Really?
So he keeps in contact. I still get in contact with Parker and a couple of the people that I remember from Mississippi. So even though another thing that he said was, remember, you're not there to make friends. I was like, they don't have to be my friend. I don't give a shit. I said, I'm going to be friendly irregardless.
Right.
I said, I have a pretty good looking wife, and I picked her up with some skills I didn't know I had. I said, I picked up a lot of friends when I was working in radio because I made a friend to make a friend. And then that friend would be like, damn, Dave, you're so good at this. They really need a play-by-play guy here at KDDD or whatever. They really need a football play-by-play guy. Or they really need an afternoon guy, a production director. Mix 96, it was Smiling Jay. He worked middays. He's like, they really need a good afternoon guy working for KBFL at the time. And they were going to be going bankrupt. And they really need an afternoon guy. Why don't you go apply? And I was like, okay. And they started me off on weekends, and then I was salary by the time I left. 22 years I was at KXXO in downtown Olympia.
Damn.
Mix 96, so like all these connections that I made for friends.
Right.
I said, people don't have to be my friend if they choose not to. But my last site was 2.5 years, and I still keep in contact with them folks.
Yeah, Allied's everywhere. I was in Vegas. I had Allied out there. I'm like,
Nice.
whoa.
Nice.
But they make they make minimum wage out there.
Yeah, I mean $8 in Mississippi.
No, I think they made less than minimum wage. I said, why are you doing this?
But if you get 12-hour shifts, like I did 12-hour shifts in Mississippi.
Yeah, you got to put in more hours though just to get money.
Yeah, and then you get more time off.
Right,
Over
but
there it was like every 12-hour shift, you get either 1 day to make it 340 or whatever. But then I get this disaster relief thing in Florida that we did, and they paid $15 an hour. They gave us a rental car, and they gave us a hotel room. It was only for a week. And me and my friend Carter, this amazing black woman, we used to hang out. We had a room together. And the reason I met her is because I had Dracon Noir when I was working down there. And the very first day I worked at Maximus, she says, wow, you smell great. I was like, okay. That was our first day. And she's this player black lady. She's so cool. And we used to hang out, and she's like, hey, there's this disaster relief thing. Because I made a friend with her. You should go talk to Chris. And, you, me, and this other guy will do it all together. I did it like two years ago for this thing in Florida where they had I'm gonna say hurricane,
Oh yeah.
and she says, you should do it. I was like, really? She said, yeah. And I was like, okay. So we had a blast, we had fun. We had a couple of weird things happen. Basically, we just sat in our truck, checked IDs, and
Easy.
piece of cake. Just like this gig over at 420 Carpenter. Get up and walk around, make people see you. You have like 2 weeks of training as far as how to handle a gun and what to do with your weapon.
Allied does it?
Mississippi, yeah.
Oh.
But this particular one for Pacific Security here in
Pacific.
Olympia,
Okay, yeah.
that was different. That was through the state. So
Oh,
it's a state license and state certificate.
Yeah.
But yeah, Allied issued their weapons, everything. You had to have a tack belt.
Really?
You had to have like these keepers here. You
Uh-huh.
had to have these keepers like 5 inches, no more than 5 inches. I mean, you talk about attention to detail.
Damn.
Your weapon had to be at a certain angle. You couldn't wear it like this. So when I sent this blazing email, my wife's like this. She's like rolling her eyes, and I told her about it. But I sent this blazing email to Jacob yesterday, and I attached to Michael, and I said, "Dear Jacob, my phone number is right up here on the pink piece of paper.
Right.
If you can think of anything else, over all the years, all the different sites that I've worked, each site had their own different colored uniforms, and I had gray on black because I had a gray undershirt left over from my old site, and then the gray outside uniform was their uniform, and I just switched to black, and they didn't say anything. So thank you for letting me know. Be sure and call me.
Right, you'll probably never. He probably won't write you back. He's probably thinking he's never going to see you again.
So
know.
yeah, I'm off this weekend. You
Right.
know, have some satisfaction, but you won't see me either unless you call out.
Yeah, but that's gonna be it. No.
And listen, it's not my goal to get along with everybody. I'm not going to get along with everybody. I told my wife, I said, you know, I'm not there to make friends, but it's a bonus for me.
Right. At least make
Makes the
some type
time
of
go
friends.
quicker.
Right.
And everything goes faster when you're amongst friends, as far as I'm concerned, because you're having fun.
Right.
Even Bella's, her phone number's still up here. She reminded me a lot of Carter. Carter was a little bit older, but Bella had sort of like that same. But at the end there, she was a little disenfranchised because of what was going down. I was like, oh, I get it. I didn't know she quit. Did she quit?
I don't know. I think she's at the. To be honest, I think she's working up in Renton
Did it?
at the building.
Oh, that could work.
Yeah, I think that's
her
really
happy. And who's ever uniform is in here, right? What's his name?
No, that's some girl that quit.
Oh, for real?
Wait, is that a new uniform?
No. That's a uniform of some Hispanic guy that Dennis said that he had met. I think I replaced him. I'm gonna say Hispanic. He did one of the incident reports
Oh.
or leave reports, I think. But anyway,
Because I'm like,
this guy's name on it.
there's like nobody in the news been here
Hispanic dude.
besides you and Dave.
But I told, no, I'm Dave. He's Dennis.
I mean, you and Dennis.
So I told him, Dennis, I said, he said, I don't have any uniforms, and I've been trying to ask for uniforms, and they told me to go back to Kent to do my training for Confluence,
Mm-hmm.
but that I had access to it. And I said, last time we talked about this, you said you don't have time. Then I didn't accept it.